Hello, my name is Cameron, but some might know me as. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm here to tell you, for the uneducated viewer or the overly educated viewer, why Lars is still not that great in Tekken 8. Take it from me. I have a semblance of an idea of what I'm talking about with this. A semblance. Not the most, but anyways, let's get to brass tacks. And like, I don't think this character is ever going to be good because they gave him literally all of the changes that I asked for going from 7 to 8, and I still feel like he struggles in the same fundamental areas. I'm not saying characters shouldn't have weaknesses, but I feel like Lars's weaknesses are so glaring that like I don't think you can really like make him not mediocre at best without making him broken, and they're scared of doing that, which is fine. We don't want to repeat it 6, but I digress. Let's get to it. Okay, for starters, Lars, pretty good stuff off the bat. Pretty neat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, whatever. Typical normal Lars stuff. Right? I'll get over to the Tekken 8 stuff to start out with. So, for starters, a couple of key differences. Back 1 plus 2 is safe now. -9. That's crazy. That means that he actually has Oki in the corner now. He like that's a wall splat. And it's safe and stuff. And since the game just came out, a lot of people still think it's -10, so you can get away with getting somebody to, potentially kill themselves over trying to punish a move that's only -9 now. And you can usually get like a free punish, or if you're fighting a character like Fang or something who is a really unsafe 10-frame punish, you can blow him up for it. But that's really good. Down back 1-3 goes into a new stance. I think it's called loaded entry. That might be something else. Goes into a new stance, and while he's in this this transition spot right there, where he glows for a second, that's like his new stance. And out of that, he has 2 options. You can do that. You can press 1. He gets a low, right? Or he can press 2 and he gets the mid, right? Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Remember that. Remember that. We're gonna get to some other changes first. Okay, he's got like a hell sweep thing. It's whatever. He gets like extra stances at a hell sweep and stuff. He basically after a hell sweep, you can just do this in your face a whole bunch. It's kind of irrelevant. It's still a hell sweep. It's still super telegraphed, and you're gonna die if you use it. It's still not really worth using, but you still have to use it. What was the other thing? Okay, that forward 3 went from being a really useless move into being one of Lars's best moves in this game. Because, like, it is a safe mid that tracks, and it is also a heat engager. That's really cool. Remember that, though. Remember that, though. Remember that, though. So, I would say those are, like, the key main differences for Lars. Down forward 2-1 doesn't exist anymore, which sucks. I liked that move. It wasn't the greatest of moves, but I thought it was a really fun move. Instead, he has down 2, which transitions into his stance on normal hit. It does that on block too, but on block it's like -11 and then he's -3. So they have more than enough time to hit you with something. Nobody's going to punish that though. I'm telling you this now so you understand that this move does not, it is not a safe mid. It is not safe in the slightest. Because even if they block it, -11, and then he transitions into his next stance. So, during that transition, they can just hit you. They can hit you anyways. Same as it ever was. He can just like dick jab you and like knock you out of it. Or like, I don't know, some characters could probably even med check it, right? Okay, and the other thing about it, if you hold back, he doesn't transition into the stance. But now it's just straight up -11. That's not the worst in the world, having a safe mid. But I really, really feel like Tekken devs, Tekken Project, whatever you want to call them, the Tekken team, I feel like they're really scared of giving Lars any good mids from standing. Because they just don't want him to be Tag 2 Lars, or like Tekken 6 Lars, right? So he has to go into his stances to get all this crazy stuff. He has to go in. He has to take these risks to get these good mids. Has to be moving forward in full crouch. I'm not even gonna bother trying to do half crouch like down forward 2. I can't do that. I do it by mistake sometimes. But they don't want to give him any like really good mids because then like you just get a repeat of him just spamming down forward 2 over and over and over and over and over again. And so he's still, even though back 1+2 is now safe and it tracks, still a 21 frame mid. Still on the slower end of moves. And I mean, like, your opponent might still not react to it as per se, but like, they don't really need to worry about reacting to it. I mean, even if it hits, look at this. Wow, 24 damage off of a 21 frame move. Crazy. Like, don't even, like, Victor has like 8 moves that are all like faster and safer. And also like transition into all of his stance stuff and whatnot. So, this is not that crazy. And they tried to take it in a different direction in Tekken 7, like with the last like update for Lars. They made it a counter hit launcher. When is this ever going to counter hit? It's 21 frames. And they reverted that in this and just made it safe. Like they don't want him to have like a safe counter hit mid launcher either from standing, mind you. Still has that. But it's like the problem with this move, down forward 2, full crouch down forward 2, right? Is that it's as good as it was, but you need to be in full crouch for it. There are so many characters in this game who just have like equivalent options that they just get while standing. Not to use Victor as an example again, but to use Victor as an example again, he could just do like forward 2 or whatever that one move is. His armored move is like... His armor move is 15 frames, safe, and a heat engager. Oh, but you could duck it. Yeah, you go ahead and duck a 15-frame high armored move on reaction. Go ahead. If you know he's going to do it, then yeah, sure. But then he's just going to run up and do a safe mid on you. And, like, put you in a situation where you're going to, like, snowball in and die. All Lars gets off of landing this is the satisfaction of knowing that it didn't get punished this time. That's the main thing. Okay, so what else do we have? What else do we have? Okay, so... his new stance, this. You want to call it a stance even. You might just think of it as like a weird transitional area where you can press buttons. I think technically this would be considered a stance. So, even with this, that thing. So, if you land that, if you land down back 1-3, you're -1 on hit. You are minus after landing that move. And you're supposed to go into this and do 50-50s against them. Right? And that seems really good. It's like, at first glance, it's like, it's nice for him to have more mix-up options, because, like, if you're fighting somebody who's not pressing buttons, then it's like, oh, boom. He's gonna block it, but... look at that. A free low. Like, how much does that do? Hold up. A free 20 damage low. Not bad. That adds up. If you get all of that and they don't block like the last hit at the very end, that's 49 damage. Not bad. Not bad. But let's remember the fact that this move is launch punishable. Because if you block the first hit, you're not going to get hit by the second hit, and you can launch punish him. Hold up. And the second hit... God darn it. -12. -12. So, worst case scenario, you get launched. Best case scenario, full frame punish. Full frame. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I mean, look at this. This is 32 damage on Lars. So you have to go, and what's the reward for that? 19 damage. You will get launched for trying to use your 19 damage low. So you need to go in there and you have to take that risk, and you have to hope that they're not going to press anything during this whole sequence while you're like transitioning over and spinning around and stuff. Because again, you are -1 during this. You know, what's the fastest that comes out? 16 frames. That's not even counting like all the spinning that he needs to do afterwards before you can actually press the button. So that's closer to like 19 frames to come out. You are -1. He can hit you during that. I'm not going to bother trying to demonstrate that. Just take my word for it. If you see Lars do that, that ain't real. You can just destroy him for that. And the idea is like, oh, then just do the mid, right? If they press anything during, if you somehow make it this far into the sequence, they could still just press just about anything that has a decent range and they will still beat that. That is not guaranteed. Not in the slightest. And this move. Yeah! Really good. This is extremely good. Extremely good move. Even on block, still goes into the stance. Still goes into the next stance, even on block. So, like, you go like boom like that, you go in. Now you're in. Right? How minus is that? How minus is that move on hit? Wow, +3. +3 and you're in. Crazy. There you go. Hit one of those. That's pretty good. You know, I could do my low. Pretty good option. So only -12. They're not going to get crazy damage if they block it, you know? Pretty good. And if I really want to get frisky, then it's like, okay, let's mix it up a bit. Boom. If I think they're going to, like, mash something for some reason. Boom, there you go. That's not a launcher anymore, though. Don't get me wrong, still really good move. Not a launcher in this game, though. I don't know why that needed to be reverted. I guess they didn't, again, they just don't want him to have, like, they really just don't want him to have many launchers. He doesn't even have that many launchers. I mean, like, down back 4 on counter hit, forward 1+2, forward 1+2, forward 1+2, back forward 2-1, orbital. And yeah, obviously up forward 3, but out of all of those moves, how many of them are safe? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. How many of them are safe? Okay, down back 4, right? 21 frame low. How minus? Death. They block one of those, you're going to lose. Straight up. They're going to launch you and carry you all the way over. It's just going to snowball from there. But that's Lars' like best low. What's the damage he gets on it? Oh, look. 19. Again. And you can always hell sweep, right? Hey, 32 damage, and you can like transition into like new stances from it if I could ever figure out the input for it, but I'm too lazy to check because I'm never going to ever do that. No, seriously, what would the input be at this point, dude? I'm, like, baffled about this. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You can go into his other stances from Hell Sweep now. That's A. Maybe it's like... I'm kind of curious now. Hold on. Whatever. It's not something I would ever bother doing, because I don't... You hit him with the Hell Sweep, wow, you're -3, and now you're going to try to, like, do this in his face to try to hope he doesn't just option select you dick jab out of it? No. I'm just gonna do that. That used to be +8 in Tekken 7, but now it's like, now it gets the transitions out of it. Hey, I'm just gonna check it, who cares? What is this? Where is this? Where is this? Forward, 4-3. Where is this? Where is this? Death Mask, is that it? Yeah. Oh, never mind, that one's +9. Okay, I was wrong. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's tight. I'm wrong, straight up. That looks sick. And then you're +9. Hold up. That's +9? Okay, now I'm just wrong about that. Regardless, he still needs to go into his big dumb spinny stance. And, like, I'm not saying that this isn't good. I just saw this right now. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong about this and say that this looks sick, right? +9. And you can just go into that. So, like, if you want to guarantee that you're able to, like, get into his second stance, then it's like, I guess you could do that. Yeah, and then, like, you have, like, the 50-50 between, that and that, right? But even then, it's like, he needs to land a -31 low that has 21 frames of startup and is in a forward motion, so you're walking into the opponent as you're doing it, in order to be able to go into wacky woohoo fun times. In order to be able to attempt to do damage against you, he needs to land a launch punishable by every move in a freaking game low and hope that you don't kill him for it. Yeah. I really hope that, like, the image is starting to get clear here on this, like, a little bit. Also, that wasn't the input. I'm stupid. Wait. That's not even a... Oh, man, I'm a genius. Tight. Okay. Anyways. Where is this in the... Is that it? Maybe it's like a... I hope I don't look like the biggest smart guy in the world. No, wait. It's that. This video is really going downhill quick. Dude, where is it? Whatever. The point has been made. The point has been made. So, this input. Forward, 4-2. +9 goes in, wacky stance shenanigans, right? And you have some good options out of that. Mid check. Other mid check. You +9, so if they press anything, that's not like just a jab. They're going to get, like, counter hit by that. Pretty good. We do that, just go into his last stance. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. But again, you have to land this crappy low in order to get it. So, how do you get in with Lars? Because, like, once he's in, right? Let me just use heat. I'm in. Boom, 50-50. Boom, 50-50. Right? If I really want to get crazy with it, boom, I'm in. Launcher. Boom, I'm in. Armor move. Right? Even then, for some reason, that move that's -10. I don't know why you ever use this move except for, like, the re-wall splat or something. It's got that now. You can just do the stomp. It looks cool. There is that. It does look cool. It does look really cool. I will give them that. You go in. -9 mid. Wait. Really? Oh, he's got the all block pipe. So it's like any safe-ish options that Lars has don't get him anything meaningful, and any of the risks that he needs to take aren't skewed enough in his favor to justify it. I should, like, having to use this move. It's like, dang, man, 19 damage. That's crazy, man. 19, really? But then if he blocks 1, I'm dead. That is not equivalent. And this, 19? 19 damage, and he gets to go into his funny stance. Okay, boom, ducks the second hit, launches me, and I die. For 19 damage! So, they really want Lars to be like this crazy dynamic character where it's like, oh man, he lands the one combo against you. No way, now he's carrying to the full other screen. He's going for it. That dropped for some reason. He's going for it. Oh man, he's going crazy. Boom, 75 damage, no wall. That's crazy. Here we go. Check this. Not the right move, but it looks sick. I don't even know how that came out like that. 71. Didn't even do the right combo, either. Right? This is all with no wall, too, off of most of his starters. And that's not even like the crazy hyper-optimal stuff that I don't even know is still in. There was some crazy stuff you could do with him in Tekken 7 that I never, like, really got good at. That's off of a low counter hit. This is super evasive, too. This goes under stuff all the time. You know? Here's his 8th hidden launcher I forgot to mention. Not even an optimized combo. Still getting pretty decent damage off of it. And this is all without using any of his heat stuff. Like, I'm not using Rage Art, I'm not using heat extender blast anus thing, whatever it's called. I don't remember, dude. He has got extremely good wall carry and extremely good damage, and he is extremely consistent in the corner with his damage. If you get them on these combos are going to go from 75 damage up to like 90 damage in the corner. It is insane. His combo damage is extremely good, but like that's probably his best launcher, right? Forward 1 plus 2, minus 13. Pretty good move, generally speaking. It has a pretty decent range. They buffed it a lot. Back 2-1, forward back 2-1 is also really good. It's extremely good for whiff punishing, and it is a 14 frame launcher. You get crazy damage off of it too. Check this. No wall. Drop the last hit because I was just testing it at that point. But all of these things seem really good, but what I'm getting at is that, like, that's a scenario where somebody messed up, is when you're going to land this. This is where somebody whipped a move in neutral, and you punish them for it. We are talking about the level where people don't whiff moves. The level where people don't use unsafe moves. I could go into ranked right now. Blow some guy out who doesn't like, whoa, man, what do I do if he's doing this? Oh, I got hit. Oh, he's in again. Oh, man. He's zoop, zoop, boom. Oh, I got counter hit. Lars is such a good character. Oh, man, 55 damage off of a low counter hit. I didn't even know what to do. Wake up situation and stuff. Right? But he needs to take so many more risks to get in when compared to virtually every single other character on the roster. I'm basing most of that off of my knowledge of Tekken 7, but anybody who wasn't changed very much going from 7 to 8 was still better than Lars, and almost everybody got buffed in some meaningful way. Any nerf was just like a weird like side grade that made sense because the character was more broken in some other way. Like Horang's back like 1 plus 2, whatever that stupid safe mid that he has. Like, I don't think that's a launcher anymore, but he also has, like, all of BX moveset just built into his stuff. He can do 1 billion chip damage. Like, it goes on. A lot of characters, like, received buffs in meaningful ways, and any nerfs that they did were to justify how good their buffs were, to emphasize their kit better. In the case of Lars, yeah, these buffs are awesome. Like, they made his stand, like, boom. That's insane. That's insane. Having this cool stance he could just go into off of that. If people aren't, if people don't know the matchup, having an extra button to press is pretty fun, right? And it becomes a hit grab when they're in heat. But the thing about it is that, like, let's assume you're fighting somebody who knows the matchup, right? If you are fighting somebody who knows the Lars matchup, when is he ever going to let you do all of this? When would that ever happen? Ever. Like that? Is that it? Is that the idea? I'm in heat. Okay, we're fighting. Oh man, this is hype. Tekken. And then you get the idea. You get the idea. Like, even if you land a hell sweep into the full extended thing, no one's gonna sit around and wait for you to do all of that. Even with this move, right? Even with forward 3-3, right? What do we have to commit to in order to get that move? I have to go all the way in this stance that doesn't have any frame data for some reason. Thanks, guys. All the way in this stance. That's pretty fast, you know? It's like frame 1. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Let's say it's frame 1 because it sounds funnier. Okay? We're going to give misinformation today. You have to go into a stance, entirely vulnerable this entire time. They can hit me at any point during this and I'm screwed. I don't have like any options that beat that whatsoever. Boom, got this really good mid. And I'm pretty sure this jumps lows as well sometimes. It's definitely happened for me sometimes. Tracking move. All that jazz, right? You need to commit to going in like this, putting yourself in the line of fire, getting your ass blasted, right? Boom. Or to get that 22 frames even after already being in that situation. 22 frames. What character cannot hit him with a launcher while he's doing this if they think he's going to do that? What's the scariest thing that's going to happen if they try to, like, counter hit him? Here. Where is this? Where is it? Oh. Wow, that's new. Whatever. Whatever. I give up. You get the idea. You do not have enough meaningful time to go into this and then do this move. The only instance where you'd ever use this move is if somebody's on the ground and you think they're going to side roll and get up, because that's going to catch them as they're side rolling, and if they block, you're plus enough to actually make something out of it. It's good for that. Don't get me wrong. But again, it's like, even then, if they know the matchup, they're just going to stay on the ground. What is Lars going to do to you? Oh no, he did... Here, check this. Oh no, he's gonna do his mid. Not his 19 damage mid. Oh no. Not his 14 damage low that takes 23 frames to come out, by the way. You love to see it. That is the worst that's going to happen to them if they stay on the ground. Oh no. Not the 19 frame, 26 damage low that doesn't hit consistently on ground opponents. And then his throws. He doesn't have any, like, throw game at all whatsoever. If he had a throw game, right? Because, like, look at this. That's guaranteed. If they don't break that, that's 40 damage right. And so, boom, 23 damage into the throw. That's a lot of that is equivalent to a combo right there. Right? But he doesn't have any command throws. He's got that. He's got instant while running, like, 2+4. Also 40 damage, you know? But that's also a 1+2 break. He doesn't have a throw game either. If he had a throw game, like, if the idea behind it was that it's like, you get that one, like, hit, boom, you're in, like, boom, you're in, it's time to go, then he could just, like, crazy snowball all over the place. But so much of what makes Lars function that allows him to enact his game plan can be negated by walking around him during it. If I could just figure out how to have my opponent be... Oh, here we go. Oh, not mimic. Dude, I cannot find the record option in this game. Dude, where is the record? Okay, here. Wow. Perfect. Right? So, he's just gonna walk around him. Walk around him. I'm pretty sure Lars is weak to his right. I don't remember. Nobody knows this matchup. Why would I? Don't need to. Don't know what action frequency means either. It just means how often it happens. What a crazy thought. Okay, here. Not what I wanted. Okay. Why is he crouching? Why is he crouching? Oh, because it's messing the input up. Whatever. Take my word for it. You can walk around half the stuff he does. Look at that. I'm surprised I caught that. Well, shoot. Maybe they added tracking on all this stuff. Man, hey, listen. If I'm wrong about this, I'm going to be a very happy person. I will put it that way. I will put it that way. Well, shoot. They just gave him tracking. Tight. Okay, never mind. I was wrong about the tracking. Whatever. Cool. Tight. I'm glad about that. That's awesome. Oh, no, there it goes. There it goes. Dang, he's doing his best, okay. Just walks around him. Walks around him, see? Walks all the way around him. I guess they added tracking to his stances. That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. Add another buff to the list. It's a good thing we actually went into training mode for once, huh? Crazy. Anyways, I digress. He needs to take too many risks to get what other people get for free. You know? That's why Lars is never going to be a good character. Too many risks. Too many risks. I mean, Paul could just run up and kill you in this game, man. If he hits you with any move at any point, it's going to fly you across the screen to the wall, and so you can run up and re-splat and then kill, you know? Anyways, I hope you found this video to be entertaining at the very least, if not a little bit informative. And if not, well, go make your own essay video or something. Who cares? I sure don't. I'm not going to watch it. Go, like, get a job or something. Like a real job. You know? I don't know.